Alright guys, just as I said, the rest of this week I should be getting babies from the other females in this tank, and it has happened. Just like clockwork. Look at those little guys right there. That one back there is pretty cool. Nice pattern. This one right here too, pretty cool pattern. And some more here. This one is wild. Nice. I guess big spot. I don't know. We gotta wait to see how they develop. One more mother to go, and plenty of floating white bits, which we all know what that is by now, right? Now, on to today's episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode here at the Center for Stingray Biology. Today, we are going to move the pearl rays back into this pond. All right, if you guys remember, in this pond, what was it, like last week, it was leaking, and there was, the rays had knocked the bulkhead out of place, and that caused it to leak. So I took that opportunity to also change out the pond liner. At the time, you know, I was debating which way to go, what to do. I thank you everybody for all your suggestions. Most of the suggestions were to go with an epoxy coating, but the problem was I had an old coating here, which was a rubber-based coating. After doing some thorough research, the epoxy will not stick properly to that old rubber coating, so I could not do epoxy. Another suggestion was to just recoat the whole thing with fiberglass, but I'm not familiar with doing fiberglass work. I tried looking for some people to come in to do it, but the quotes were, I don't want to say ridiculously high, but just very expensive. So what I did was I had this liner here that was, you know, just laying around in anticipation for something going bad. So I just went that route, and I put in the liner instead. It was the quickest, it was the cheapest, and it was the easiest to do. But I mean, I still have to battle that problem of the shrinkage, right? So what I did here this time was, when I put it in and I folded down the corners, I left myself a lot of slack to allow for shrinkage. I figured that maybe, in a month or 2 months or whatever, once it starts to slowly shrink, that it would take up that slack, right? So let's see how that goes. And also, this time around, I did not reinstall the bulkhead, which was the source of my problem. If you guys remember, I had a bulkhead back there. See, now there's nothing there. It's all nice and clean, beautiful. Looks like a nice swimming pool. We can all go swimming. I closed off that bulkhead because there was no way around the shrinkage problem there. If it started shrinking again, the liner would slip out from underneath the bulkhead, and I would have the same problem with leaking. So I eliminated that, and I did some replumbing to feed the water via these PVC pipes to the pump down here. Everything's nice and clean now. No leaks. Everything's going quite nicely. So I got Oi here. She's ready to help me. Let's take a look at these rays. I did a quick water change to clean everything up. Now the rays have been quite stressed in this tank for the past week and a half. It was just way too overcrowded, and even with increased water changes, their feeding was reduced tremendously. I mean tremendously. Let's say normally between all the rays in there, when they were split out across the two tanks, I was probably able to feed them at least 3 pounds of food, 2.5 pounds of food, somewhere around there. And now they're barely eating even 2 handfuls of food. So it is way, way overcrowded. So I am glad that this pond is finally done. The only problem here is that it took me a little bit over a week, to get this going. And the filter, the bacteria in the filter is probably dead. So we're gonna be recycling this whole tank from scratch. I'm not exactly sure how many rays I'm gonna move back over. I probably will move the 4 that I moved in originally. I think the new pond should be able to handle that bio load. And again, I will just be on top of the water changes and so forth. So let's get cracking and start moving these guys back. Here we go, guys. First, I'm gonna turn down this pump a little bit so that there's less ripples and we can see what's going on here, just start catching them. Hopefully they don't freak out on me. Now I gotta go really slow. I don't want them to go nuts like how they did when I was catching them to bring over here. But I think because they're not, I think because they're so stressed from being in here, look at that, they're so calm. Just overcrowded and bad water quality. So I'm sure they'll be happy once I get them out of here, but yeah. I mean, come on guys, you've seen me move these pearls before. Even catching little ones, they're so feisty and they go nuts. Let's hope I didn't speak too soon. But man, look at that spine, I want to clip it. Okay, here we go. Stand back, boy. Oh. This thing is big and this is heavy.
Careful.
Oh, I don't want to throw up my back. Okay, nice and slow.
Watch the tail.
Oh, see, the tail's getting a little active there. But we're just going to go nice and slow. I don't want them to freak out. And I don't want him to make a hole in my brand new liner.
Done.
Okay, that's one. And done.
Okay, next.
Not bad. But that just gives you guys an idea of how stressed everyone is in this tank. Every time that you guys see me move pearls, whether it was in this tank, that tank, any tank, they all go crazy. But it's so calm today that I think the water is pretty bad in here. Alright, that one's a little bit more active. Let me get this one. This is a really pretty one. Usually, as pearls get older, they get darker, right? And a lot of people are always pushing what they call light-based pearls. And if people want to, I had a subscriber message me asking me the difference between, regular pearls and light-based pearls. Well, light-based pearls, what it means exactly that, actually, sorry, let me correct myself. Everyone's calling them white-based pearls, which is not true because the base is not white. I call them light-based pearls because what it is the base color of the fish is just lighter. So I think this one here is a good example of a light-based pearl when it's older. So you still have good contrast of the markings between the black spots and like a golden base. Whereas some of the other ones, which we would just call a normal color, that golden base is much less and much darker. Kind of like that first one that we just moved. Whoa.
Whoa, be careful. Whoa.
Okay, let me focus on what I'm doing first. So, after I release this guy,
Whoa.
See, slowly.
Okay.
See, this one was a little bit more active. Let the ripple stop. I don't know if they can see it. But the first one that we moved is that one up there. Is that one, right?
Yeah.
Yes. See, that's a normal base. So as they get older, they get darker and darker. And then this one that we just moved is what I would call a light base. Now, these are pretty old fish, okay? You guys might think, oh, well, that doesn't really look light. But when it was younger, it was really, really light. Here, why don't you show them these younger ones, for example. See, like right there? See, these would be called light-based pearls. Here's another one right there. Right? This one right there. Okay, whereas a non-light-based or a normal-based, it would have been much, much darker than that. That's really the difference. Here's another one. Now, it's pretty dark, but it is a light-based pearl. It's just that it's so old now, and it's become so dark. There's two more in here that we gotta get out. They're under the baskets, right?
I think so.
Can you go take a look? Is it over there?
Which one you want?
Here. Okay, one is right here. So this one, I see her swimming around a little bit more. So she's more active than the first two that we just moved. So I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's gonna put up a little bit of a fight. You see, even in the net, he's twisting around, trying to get out. So I do anticipate this one's gonna put up a little bit of a fight. So let's be careful. And let me not talk too much and pay attention to what I'm doing. So I gotta keep my hands on the outside so when he swings the tail. Alright. Whoa.
Well, be careful.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready. Whoa.
Oh.
Now. Whoa. Okay, let's hurry up. He's gonna start.
Watch your tail.
Okay, see, this one keeps flipping the tail. Okay, take it easy, take it easy. Okay. I see now, I don't want to just dump them, right? I want them to swim out just like that so that they'll be less freaked out. I forgot what I was gonna say. There was something important I wanted to say while I was moving that one, but I had to pay attention to what I was doing. I don't know. Alright, we got one more to bring back over there. And where are you? He must be in that corner.
Under here. It should be this one, right?
The bigger one, yeah.
Yeah, that
yeah,
one.
this one. Gonna nudge him over so we can catch him from the other side. Oh, this is a pretty big one.
Ooh.
Now, another thing that you guys will notice in the coming weeks, that I think these pearls will lighten up with the new pond liner being light blue. Previously they were in a black liner, and in this tank is in a black liner. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh no.
Okay. So these two are a little bit more.
Right here.
He's back there again?
Yep.
So yes, I will definitely keep you guys updated with these rays and how they're doing, and even see how their color is changing in a lighter base tank. But let's get this guy up. Okay. I think this one's the biggest one.
Well, you're gonna have to be careful.
Yeah, so I turn it away so the tail's facing that way. And then empty the water, but don't do it too aggressively. See, he keeps turning that way. I don't want the tail in my face because it's probably long enough to reach my face when I lift. But if I don't get enough water out, it's too heavy for me to lift.
Going crazy now.
A little bit more. There we go. Oh, oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
See, that's why I don't want the tail in my face. Gotta turn this guy around. There we go. Okay, let's make it quick. Get out of my way. Oh, shit.
Splashing water everywhere.
Stay away. See? Okay.
Is it hit you?
No, it didn't hit me. Okay. So we're just gonna put these four in here. I want them all wet. Okay. So I'm done with moving for today. I'm just gonna put these four and cycle out this tank, and probably maybe in a couple of weeks I'm gonna move more over, because I think what my goal now is I'm gonna move all these breeders into into that pond, because this pond also developed a whole, I don't know, can you see it? This bubble right here? See, look, it's soft. So that means there's a, look at that. So I mean there's a puncture in this liner as well, and water is getting through. But first I got to get that tank cycled so that it can handle this load, and then we'll be moving all these guys over there, and I'm going to order a liner and change this one as well. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Oh, I can give you another quick little update right here. This is one of those guys that we moved over before that I said the pattern was going to change. So you see the black dots inside the white dot. It has become a lot more prominent. So they are changing. These guys are kind of stressed out, all lined up over there. But I did do a water change, so it should be fine. Everyone's quite still. Look at that, nobody's really moving. One other very interesting quick update. I don't know if I can show you guys. Here, oh, hold this for a second. I gotta move this out of the way. I want to show everybody. If you guys remember, I did an episode where the raised stinger was ingrown, right? And we did that surgery to try to open it up and take it out. I looked at it the other day. I don't know if you guys can see it. One stinger, which is that back one, is now growing in the right direction. But then the one closer up is still growing this way. So now they're growing both directions, outward and inward. Do you guys see that? So whatever I did last time did help to reverse the direction, because there was two stingers growing in the opposite direction last time around. But now it's pretty darn cool that it's growing in two different directions. Whoa, okay, let's back up a little bit. So anyway, guys, thank you again for watching, and please like. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like it, okay, I'm not gonna ask you to like it, even if you don't like it, right? But please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care.